Hello, welcome back to the podcast, episode number 31 of the Hope and Mum and Dad podcast.
I'm Becky and this is Fuzz, and we have decided to share our experience with infertility as we're experiencing it. We're live. So we were waiting for a long time. If you're
Sorry, can I just get you to do that again, please? Why not?
But it's,
We're
you know,
live.
that's what's, I think, the unique thing about our podcast. Maybe?
Well, how underproduced it is.
Yeah.
That was intentional. I always wanted to just be hashtag real talk.
Real talk. And that's why I come prepared
Yeah.
with all my makeup.
You know, there's a lot of people that do a lot of podcasts, not just IVF stuff, and it's very like, play the jingle. Oh, we got a little theme song bit that we play.
Yeah, but it's
That's
just...
fine. But when it's like super produced and cut up, and it's like, yeah, it's a bit. I think that's not the point of podcast. The point you could
You're
could
a
listen
grassroots podcast kind of guy.
Well, that's why they're so popular, because people have got this like real. They like listening to real people.
Getting to know them.
Yeah,
making
without
friends.
all the gloss and all the.
We're
going to cut
friends.
to a commercial break.
Yeah. We're your friends. Hi.
Yeah.
So some of you might have listened from the beginning. Some of you might be our family and friends already in real life. Not that if you are listening to us and
If you're listening
you've
for the
never met
first
us,
time today,
you're still our friends. But
and if
know.
you listen to for the first time today, then stick around, listen to a bit more. But
Yeah.
if you like what you're listening to, it might be an idea to go back, to earlier episodes. They're not super long, and you can catch up and see where we're up to. But we always kind of paraphrase and sort of, it's up to you. You can either go back and listen from the beginning, or you can mix and match, listen to the latest ones, and go back as you go.
Yeah.
But,
So we are the point is to kind of document our experience and normalize infertility and fertility issues in general a bit more by sharing our experience as it happens to us and trying to get people on to talk to.
I know you're from the Wirral, but your Liverpool accent's broke because you go in. Because most people from Liverpool, they go inflect at the end. They go, "Oh, you do that then, do you?" Oh, really? You know what I mean? And it's like you got this. I'm really aware of it now when I listen to it. Anyway, that wasn't very clear at all.
I bet most people who are listening probably didn't even notice that that's where I'm from.
They're just like, is this Welsh man drunk? Like, I can't even understand.
Do you even sound Welsh? I don't know.
I don't know.
Was that one of them? Do you even sound Welsh?
Yeah. Do you even sound Welsh? Nobody even knows you. So I'll tell you what, seeing as this is episode 30, there's going to be a couple
31.
31. There's going to be a couple of people listening in that have like just joined in the last couple of episodes or not. Let's just paraphrase. Let's just like go through our IVF journey. Me and you.
I hope me and you.
My wife and I. We have been together for ages, and then a couple of years ago we got married.
Bloody ages.
We got married.
Yeah.
Talked about having
2017.
What date?
29th of
Just
July.
testing you. See a little trick.
You did like put me on the spot then. I was like, shit, when did we get married?
Yeah. We got married, talked about having a family, tried to start a family, didn't really work.
Yep.
And then
Left
after
it
like
for
a
a
year or so, we went to the doctors. They said, you might need to get some tests or investigations done.
Yeah, which we had done December 18.
December 18.
Yeah.
And then it turns out they were like,
you need IVF probably. And then we got referred to gynecology, and then we didn't see gynecology till like midway through the year in 2019. And then my thyroid kicked off again. I've got thyroid issues I've had for a very long time.
So you had a procedure.
I had to have radioiodine treatment.
So our whole IVF got paused while this was happening.
That means that you shouldn't conceive after you've had that for a little while. And you had to have a DNA test, which they said would take about 6 months. Which
I am human. So
it was kind of marrying those two up, which was good. So theoretically, we should have been ready to start IVF treatment or be finally get to the fertility clinic
to start everything.
To start by maybe March
in 2019.
February, March 2020.
No, yeah.
And then obviously COVID happened in March 2020.
And everything got paused and all the crazy stuff happened. And
it was even more waiting than we'd already had.
Yeah. And now we're waiting on I had another test done a couple of weeks ago.
Well, we got a call in January 21 to say, come to the clinic. You can finally be patients of the fertility clinic. And they decided to do a few tests, like we said in the last episode. Fuzz had a few blood tests. I had a few blood tests.
I had a count done.
You had another
Sperm
date
count
with
done.
the count spermula.
It's getting old now.
Yeah,
it's funny for the first 30
old.
episodes, but it's just a medical thing you gotta do.
Sorry. Girls take the piss out of themselves too by having a date with dildo cam and stuff.
No, I've run out of jokes. It's just boring now. It's it is it's so old. Went in, did a sample, got it checked. It was a little bit, a tiny bit higher, lower. Anyway, it was a lot lower than the what would be considered normal.
The low side of normal.
So there's two things about that. One is there's sperm there, which is good with good motility.
Yeah.
Didn't say about the motility last time, did he?
No, they did. They've never said there's an issue with motility. They've just said that there's an issue with the number.
Yeah, but the last count.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everything's normal apart from the number.
Yeah. So good motility, there's sperm there, so that's kind of cool. That means that's kind of...
That's why they've chosen to do ICSI.
Yeah, it's good. But it's just dragging on for so many years now. Just what if it drops again and drops again?
But that's why Dr. D'Angelo said that maybe we'll freeze some samples.
Yeah.
Just in case.
So waiting for urology appointment. The urology appointment was an appointment to say you have an appointment. So it was a bit of
a phone call, wasn't it?
It was a whole thing scheduled.
Joys of COVID, I think.
No, but we know we need to be seen.
Yeah, but
so why not just schedule the appointment?
Because in normal times you would be, but they for some reason decided to triage.
They're wasting more people's time. The doctor's time. He could be doing other things. Instead of phoning me up and saying, "Oh, I'm down to see you for an appointment. Should I make an appointment?" So there's an appointment just to make an appointment.
Yeah.
I don't...
Tedious and annoying.
There's really no stupid mythical stuff that I'm not aware of.
Yeah.
So, really annoying because that could have been the appointment, but obviously not. And then...
But we have a bit more of a clear idea of what to expect. You're going to have a physical examination.
3 tests, yeah. So we're going to have... He said 3 tests. He's going to physically examine me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been checked out before. So, I'm thinking nothing really is going to happen. Going to give me another ultrasound. I had an ultrasound a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Checked myself out. I thought, is that a bit of a weird thing going on? And it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we're waiting for the genetic test that I had done.
Mm-hmm. To check your Y chromosome.
Yeah, check damaged chromosomes or something, which could be the thing. So that's going to come back next week, hopefully. And then he's going to order another hormone test to test prolactin and testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time I had a test done for prolactin and testosterone, I don't know about the prolactin, but the last test I had done was with other stuff.
Yeah, that was normal.
Yeah, was that years ago though, or was that
I think
during...
they said it was 2018, the initial tests.
Okay.
Probably.
Kind of interesting. So yeah, so that's where we're at. We're just waiting. So we've got to wait. They never got back to us on the phone call. He said we'll have an appointment with his clinic in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
But we don't have any.
Well, we can phone them up tomorrow, see what's what. So yeah.
And Becky hates me talking about it, but in my head, basically with COVID and everything going on, teachers are going back to schools, and it's a bit semi-controversial because not everyone's been vaccinated, so a lot of the teachers are quite worried, and because all these kids who could be potentially carrying COVID are going to be in boxes packed full of 30 kids and 1 adult, and you haven't been vaccinated, so it's I don't want you to get hurt and get sick and die anyway, which is a chance of happening, but hopefully it's very slim, but it's still there, which is, everyone seems to just forget that. They just they gloss over it because they're fed up of having the kids at home, but you could die from that. And but But that's annoying. And then on top of that, if you pick it up but you don't die and you don't get really sick or go to hospital, it's still gonna have a major impact on us and our treatment. So I was really hoping that we'd
I've started.
Yeah. And if this appointment wasn't an appointment to say come in for another appointment, if that whole appointment wasn't wasted on saying come in for an appointment, then we might have been there.
The annoying thing about the whole urology side of it is that I don't think they're going to be able to fix or give you a solution in terms of changing your count. They're not going to be able to improve it.
Yeah, so I don't understand why it's holding everything else back.
He kept on going on about sometimes we don't find a cause.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, that's fair enough. That's just maybe your biology and the way you're made. So what's the point in kind of looking into it?
If it's
no
a
point
separate...
in flogging a dead horse kind of thing. But like, we know there's stuff there that's going to work, so let's use it.
Maybe it's in case there's a chance of it passing on a gene that's bad.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with the urologist. The other consultants already I just found that out. It's weird, isn't it? It's like, I can see the point, but at the same time, if it's not going to change anything, then what is the point?
Especially with our particular situation, with you being a teacher and you've managed to stay...
Well, they don't care about that. They literally don't care.
But you're a key worker. Like,
it doesn't make a difference. We're just another patient.
No, but your health is going to be severely at risk soon.
Yeah,
so if
they don't care.
So if they just swapped a little bit of, this day to that day, it means A, you conceive, and B...
It's already messed up because of the next date with our consultant because of the way my cycle works. So we're not going to be able to start anytime soon. Maybe we'll be able to start in April,
like
maybe
you
May.
just said that, like, with your cycle, it wouldn't make a difference with the next thing. So if your next cycle was the one that we could do it on, that's for only 4 weeks difference anyway. It takes 4 weeks to get a phone call consultation to tell you to come in for an actual consultation anyway. So it's going to be, like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's just slow.
That's a doctor, like, that doctor could be using that time to not just for me, but for other people. Like,
I'm a bit worried about my thyroid function test because they haven't got back to us about that. And I've just been, like you said, mentioned, like, you've not been feeling well. I haven't been feeling 100% myself. So I'm kind of like, the track record of getting back to us and letting us know that there's issues is not very good. So if they turn around and say, oh, by the way, we need you to be referred to your endocrinologist consultant to monitor your thyroid levels. Yeah, like, if they're wrong, we could be addressing that now, because it's not an overnight fix. Like, you have to change the medication and then that'll be a few weeks.
It's like they need a person to work there to just check in with all the other people.
Yeah.
Like, that needs...
a go-between.
Remember when we had we had a test done and it was just sitting there, the result had been done for months?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't pass them on they wouldn't give them to me, and they wouldn't give them to the other department.
Yeah. And
we had to literally make about 10 phone calls.
Yeah.
To get one secretary. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of...
So we're frustrated again.
Yeah, we just want to get going. We've done all the stuff. We know what we're going to do. And it's just...
Is anyone else out there in the same situation? Are you COVID delayed like us, or just...
It's not COVID delayed, though, because we've got appointments, and the appointments are being used... No, but the appointments are being used to make appointments. It's stupid.
Yeah. I still think it's because of procedures they've put in place because of COVID. Don't think it would normally happen.
What benefit did they get, though?
God knows.
One consultant said, you need a physical examination by a urologist. So the urologist puts time aside, puts a whole day aside, probably, or half a day, to phone people and say, we need to physically examine you. We'll make you an appointment. I knew that already.
Yeah.
It's just super annoying. There must be a better way of doing it.
There definitely is. But we are not the managers or systems and processes kind of reviewers of the NHS or that clinic in particular. So.
Or do it online. Send an email. You could do that on the day, can you?
Yeah.
A secretary. What's the job of, like, doctors' secretaries is to do all that, isn't it?
I think so.
So you don't even have to waste the guy's time.
No.
Or the woman, whoever's time.
Yeah. It's all very confusing.
So we're just waiting, basically.
Tumbleweed.
So, yeah, apart from that, like, just
We're still in lockdown,
still
kind
in
of.
lockdown. I think a lot of people are kind of treating it like it's over, but it's not, which is a bit weird.
Yeah. Lots of people are getting vaccinated now.
Mm.
Lots of people are, in their first vaccination. I've been surprised by how quickly things are happening in the Northwest. Like my mum and my dad and my brother will all have been vaccinated by Sunday.
Yeah.
And my brother's younger than us, isn't he? So
Yeah,
good.
but that was on a medical thing though, wasn't it?
we think. But it's still good.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's definitely good. But it's not like, yeah, well, the way you said that might be misleading though.
Oh, but
Like, as in, everyone who doesn't know, everyone that doesn't know, your brother is like 20, he's like 30. Yeah.
31.
It's like, I keep thinking we're younger than we are.
Yeah.
But he's like 30 odd.
Yeah, but my dad's in the same age bracket as someone I work with, and he is been offered an appointment, and the person that I'm working with,
Yeah, do you know what I think it is?
At the same time. What is it?
Do you know what I think it is? In the Northwest, in the Wirral in particular, you have like, each health board has like allocated resources or whatever for, there's hardly any people that live there.
I don't think it's that. I think it's because of the outbreak that happened in Liverpool. I think they've prioritised certain places that had major outbreaks and put more vaccination centres in those areas. Both could be right.
Yeah. Well, I remember waiting for like medical stuff to be done, like an ultrasound when I got checked out before and things like that. And I think it was a bit sooner than down here and in other places, because there's just like hardly anyone lives in the Northwest.
I think that's such a sweet
population density wise. I think that's right.
Maybe
it's like, is it in the Wirral? Is that like Cheshire? Is it Cheshire and what do they call it?
Just Cheshire.
No, but the health board, like over here we got the South Wales one and stuff.
I don't know what it's called. The health board.
No.
Wirral University Hospitals. It's called.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's its own CCG. I'm not sure.
So
confusing.
We were talking about names and stuff the other day with me. Really struggling with boys' names. I don't know why that's like.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's really weird, like talking about girls' names, and there's loads of cool ones.
I wonder, like, we are pretty set on like a couple of girls' names that we just are both in agreement on. I wonder if we ever have children, if they'll still be up there, or if we'll change our minds.
Yeah. I know, but boys' names. I'm a big fan of like basically like places.
Yeah.
People that name their kids after places. I don't think you need to actually be. I don't think you need a connection to the place to use that place.
No,
name.
I don't think so either. Like I know, I like the girl's name India. I've never been to India before.
Indy is a strong front runner, isn't it?
Yeah, it used to be, but we haven't talked about it that much lately. But boys' names, you really like shortened versions of names, like
definitely.
I like that too, but I like the long name too.
No, because
it's nice to have options.
Like this was done. Like people have done. There was a paper on it, or someone wrote about it. But basically, the name that you have on like an application or something is like has an effect to like opportunities that you get. So like I think it was like I might be wrong, but the guy who owns Rolls Royce is called Victor, and it's like it's like people subconscious stuff, like when people read.
Yeah, but he's not called Vic. He's called Victor.
Yeah, but I wouldn't use Vic or Victor.
Yeah.
But I think first names are good because it's kind of like when you read it, even in a formal setting, it comes more familiar, more personal. Do you know what I mean? What do you say? Your mum and dad named your sister after for a reason or something?
Yeah, she's Alexandra and
Alexandria.
They said that it was because if she just put Alex, then they wouldn't know if it was a boy or a girl. Which is clever. Because
dead smart, that.
Yeah, it's dead smart. You avoid the whole gender bias then, which is quite good.
Although I reckon it might be better to be a female. Like people would probably prefer to pick a female for some jobs, because stereotypically, like people think women are cleaner, like do their job better, less
well, in
messy.
our case, I definitely am cleaner
No, but
than
there
you.
are stereotypes. People think things like this, but they're not right or accurate per every single individual. But there are whole like sitcoms based around it, and like.
But you really like boys' names. You like out there names, and the most out there name that I like at the moment.
Alpha. I like that.
No, I don't like that. It makes me think of The Walking Dead. I don't like it. But you like American sounding names, and you like names that are a bit like unusual. And the one I like at the moment is Maverick, and you hate it.
I hate it.
I think it's cute.
Maverick.
Yeah. A little Maverick.
Yeah. Mav.
Yeah.
Mav. No. What other ones we got?
Rick. Come on, Rick.
What does the woman from Walking Dead sound like? The one that were Alpha. What does she?
I don't know. She's creepy as
Yeah,
heck.
she's like got that southern twang, and she's like, "Come on now, I'll take a walk through the woods, dude."
Oh yeah, she's creepy.
Imagine if you had a newborn child. It's like, "Come on, man, you're gonna settle me down this right here tub and give me some."
To any of our American listeners out there, if Fuzz has offended you in any way,
Oh, why is everything offensive?
it's not.
If you do an American accent, it's offensive. It's not. People put accents on.
Yeah.
You do more accents than me.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I sing songs more than you.
In accents.
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
What other names have we got for boys? I
I
can't even think of any.
I don't really like to say them on air because if we ever do have a baby, I don't want people to know what it's called before it's born.
If saying those names makes it happen and we
Jupiter.
don't get to use the names, I'll be cool with not using those names because we'll have a kid.
I can't remember what they are though.
Malvin, Alvin.
Oh yeah, we like that one.
Alvin, Malvin, and Theodore.
We like Theodore.
Yeah.
But Theo, not
Stop
Theodore.
kicking me.
Theo.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Like, Becky's got...
But you only like it because of Theo Vaughan. And I like it because of Theo's just cute sounding. And you can shorten it to Teddy.
What?
That's the thing.
Theo is Teddy.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Teddy's Richard.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't think so.
Teddy.
I think you can call
Ted.
anything Teddy.
Ted. I like Welsh names, but you won't have
Which
it, will
one? Yeah, well, I like loads of Welsh names.
you? Alid.
I don't want that.
I don't want that.
Not that Welsh name. But you don't like all English
David.
names?
David?
It's alright.
You hate them.
No, I don't hate them all. That's so rude.
Why were you burning the Welsh flag in the garden the other day?
You're so annoying. One of my
That's
favourite girls' name is
offensive.
Nia. And
That's not Welsh.
yeah, it is.
N-I-A.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah. And I like Ankarad. And I like Seren.
Did you just say Ankharad?
No, Ankarad.
Ankharad.
And I like Ceridwen. And
It's
I like
really
Gwen.
weird. I think you're like saying them right, but in a weird inflection, and it's coming
No,
out.
Ceridwen.
What?
Ceridwen.
Right, I need some Welsh speakers
I like
to critique.
Kellen.
I like Kellen too. I got a friend called Kellen.
I know.
Do you think that'd be weird if we had a kid and I called the Kellen and Kellen be like,
No.
no,
It's a name.
Mm.
She hasn't got like onus on the name.
Yeah.
She can't bags it.
David.
I mean, it's just like calling someone David. No offense to Davids and
Brian.
Davids out there, but it's a bit
What about
plain.
all the old-fashioned names like Brian,
No.
Terence?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Becky's been knitting.
Mm-hmm. We haven't bought... What do you think about this? Like, people buy hope or faith purchases when they want a baby. They, like, buy baby things because they're cute and they're like,
think that's
oh, when I
just
have a
setting
baby.
yourself up for like horrific.
Which is what you said when I started knitting. And I haven't knitted for ages, not because of you saying that, but because it's one of those things that you just pick up and put down when you're bored. But I started knitting like a baby cardigan.
The way I see it is like you're putting hours in you because you're putting
But
hours.
I enjoy doing it.
Yeah, but you're putting hours into an object which becomes the symbol, and then if things go bad or you don't have a good time with it,
And
you've
give
got
it to
this.
someone else.
Yeah, but it's I don't know.
I like knitting. I've always knitted. I've always been a knitter, but it takes ages to knit an adult jumper. And what else would I want to knit?
Sprinkling a little bit of laziness in there as well.
Yeah. I mean, the last jumper I knitted, it took me like 2 years to knit. I can't be arsed with that.
Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Who was it for?
Myself. I'm not going to spend
sprinkling
blood,
a little
sweat,
bit of
and tears.
selfishness as well.
No, blood, sweat, and tears went into it. I wasn't going to give it away, but I did get asked for orders. All my friends wanted one, and I was like, it takes too long.
Can I get this to you when you're like 45?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is it easier to pick girls' names over boys' names?
I don't know.
I think secretly you're like mind tricking me into like, or us, or doing some spell to make us have a girl, not a boy.
No, I would like either. I think some of the people who've got boys that I've spoken to found it hard to think of girls' names. Like Lou and Matt, when we were telling Lou that, she said they could never agree or pick easily a girl's name, and they had a boy.
It's magical thinking. It's going to happen.
That you can't magically think or choose a gender of your child. That's not a thing.
Maybe you will grow.
And how would it happen?
Baby.
You can't do that.
Watch you now. Watch you just be like, I want a
That's
girl, I
not
want a girl, I want a girl.
possible. That is not possible.
Any whispers this week?
No whispers.
No whispers.
No whispers.
Should have asked Sheila for some whispers.
Your quiz, maybe.
Oh, the quiz is going well. Been doing. I think that's the end of that set. Like, yeah, I do a quiz.
You wrote it down
been going...
to talk about.
Yeah, we're just trying to. We haven't done a podcast. We missed one last week because someone was tired.
No, we actually just let it pass by. You never said, "Oh, we need to film a podcast today." We were both busy.
So I have to nag us to do it.
We were just both busy. Let's not.
And then I said, we didn't do one last week back. We should do one today. And you went,
I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I don't feel well. Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't think as well that we had much to talk about. So, and I'm feeling really guilty about the podcast because I haven't got anyone on for ages, and it's important to get people on.
So we need to have a bit of discipline and put a little bit of time aside to reach
But
out
also,
to
that's when I was walking the dog. One thing I was gonna suggest talking about on the podcast was how, in terms of this situation and IVF, infertility, and all that stuff, I'm very immersed in it, and you are not. Like, you do this weekly podcast and talk to me, just me, and sometimes the guests. But I manage the Instagram page or run. No, can I finish?
You may.
Thank you. I manage the Instagram page, and I'm looking at it every day, and I like we've mentioned before, I have the period, so every month I'm reminded that it's not working. And sometimes it becomes kind of like a bit of a, even though it's a really cathartic space to be in the Instagram and to be part of a community where everyone's going through similar things to you, it can also be really overwhelming and kind of.
So why didn't you just take a,
well, that I think
not be on Instagram every day all day?
I think that's what I've been doing though. I haven't been posting to stories or posting much, and I think that's why I haven't spoken to people about coming on the podcast.
Right.
For anyone who's not watching the video, Fuzz is being a pain in the arse and putting his hands up like, "Oh, Mrs.
I got a question." No, because normally I would just say it, but it would be annoying for people.
But I think that's why I haven't been proactive about getting guests, because it's sometimes a bit much.
How about we have a bit of a schedule and a bit of discipline, and we just make a plan and we stick to it?
Yeah.
There we go. You agreed it on the podcast. But
recorded.
You
can't magic people to come on either.
No, but you got to ask him.
Yeah.
So
agreed. I've got some people in mind.
Yeah. Wonder if anyone's been pregnant in space.
In space?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Probably not. They'd probably check, wouldn't they, before they send someone up there?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think that would be too risky.
Imagine giving birth in space.
I mean, I don't know.
Zero gravity birth.
I'm sure that gravity in some birth scenarios helps. I follow an Instagram account called Badass Mother, and it shows basically just people giving birth. And I've seen a few videos of people giving birth standing up, and gravity will definitely help.
Yeah, but in space there is no gravity.
That's what I said. That's what
so it'd be harder.
Said.
I thought you said it would help.
No, it won't help.
No.
Because there's no gravity. But then at the same time, lots of people give birth sitting down or lying down. So there's no gravity situation.
Do you know what I found out the other day?
What did you find out?
When you sleep, I've been listening to a lot of Andrew Huberman's podcasts, which I'm definitely going to chuck a link in below, because it's Andrew Huberman is a neuroscientist and optometrist. he basically deals with the brain and the eyes, and he's a professor at Stanford University, and he's got all these podcasts, and they talk about how you can like change your behavior and change your habits to become a bit more focused and like productive and whatever. And like sleep is so important, like it's ridiculous. It's how important it is. And in your sleep, you repair like damaged neurons and stuff. So if you've had a knock to the head or wherever, you have damage in your brain, and the way that your brain fixes it is by like flushing these chemicals through. And if you sleep on your side, again, you should listen to me as if I'm lying, because I'm recalling a podcast I've listened to. Listen to the podcast.
You're not a
yourself.
medical professional.
I'm
so
not a
don't
medical
follow Fuzz's
professional.
advice.
I'm not a doctor, but I was interested in this professor's talk, and from what I remember, he said when you sleep on your side, your brain is better at repairing itself. Which I was like, that sounds like magic. Like if someone said, "Oh, sleep on,"
I think you mainly sleep on your back, don't you?
I sleep on my
Snore
side.
a lot.
Sleep on my side. I've never had anyone tell me I snore.
You do. You wake me up. You wake me up.
That's not funny to other people.
What?
Our little jokes where we like sing in song.
Everyone knows that song, You Raise Me Up.
You
That's
wake me
hilarious.
up with snores.
That's an Aled, isn't it?
Hmm?
Isn't that an Aled that sings that? Aled Wyn Jones?
You wake me up. I thought it was a diva, like a.
No. I don't know. I'm sure lots of people have covered that song.
So, everyone's having babies. It'd be really handy to
Who do you
have.
know that's having babies?
Well, everyone's got a
Oh
baby.
yeah,
though.
quite a lot of your friends having babies.
Yeah.
God.
Just want one now.
Give us your baby.
And then we can be like,
Ta-da!
part of the little, but if you've got friends with the kids the same age, it's
you
good,
want to
isn't
be
it?
part of the club.
Well, I want the kids to have,
Friends.
yeah. Well, they'll have friends anyway, won't they? I mean, it's not that big a deal. How?
That's what cousins are for.
Yeah.
Just go and bother your brother.
Yeah, we need to. We're thinking about making some changes to the podcast studio. We're like slowly adapting bits and pieces.
This is the studio. Really, it's Fuzz's office.
It's an office, a studio, and we hang out.
A garage, a bike shop.
Yeah, but we've got a lot of IKEA equipment. We're gonna maybe try and spruce it up.
Mm-hmm.
It looks because the plain wall behind me looks pretty good, I think.
And my wall
Yeah.
looks like shit.
Those little doors you can get for the Kallaxes are really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll probably wrap up and
On
leave it
that
there.
riveting note.
Yeah. So names. If you're listening, we want your advice. Do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea to play around with name lists and things like that? Hope purchases, like Becky said, is that a good idea, or are you just setting yourself up for a fall if things don't go out the way you planned? Interesting. We're gonna sort of try. I say this every week, but we're gonna try and be a bit more structured. That really comes down to somebody on the podcast. That's not me. So hopefully we can agree a little schedule and get a bit organized, and we'll hopefully we'll be back next week on schedule, on time, and we'll hopefully have a bit of an update. I hope maybe some test results back.
Not if we're on schedule, because we release on Thursday and our appointment's on Thursday. We're meant to release on Thursday anyway.
All right. Well, we maybe we'll do a live on Thursday and drop an episode on Friday.
Maybe.
But let us know. And if you're in a similar situation, you want to come on and have a chat and talk about like your stuff.
Yeah, send us a DM.
We really need more guests because Becky's had a lot on and it's been tough for her to like try and reach out to people. So maybe you could help her and reach out to us. That'd be amazing.
So we can help other people because we're
help her
educating
to
people.
help you.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for listening, and give us a like and follow and subscribe and all that jazz. Talk to you soon.
Bye.